us out. But really, I want us to hear from an amazing woman who I am inspired by, and her name is Maria.
Hi, I am Maria Cunningham, and it's quite a pleasure and an honor to be here with all of you today on a beautiful morning here in Santa Monica. I came to Bianca and Chrysalis through the Claire Foundation. I had at one time been a successful real estate broker and litigation attorney, so I was considered very high functioning in our society, and I really felt that I had made it. Through some traumatic events and some loss, and then an addiction that was unexpected in how I try to cope with the loss and the trauma, I lost everything. I came through Claire Foundation to take care of the addiction. By the time I got to Chrysalis, I was homeless. I did have like one pair of clothes, a backpack, a couple of quarters for the bus. Did a lot of walking to save those tokens and the money. And I had lost all my confidence, as you can imagine. And what happened was, Chrysalis was such a warm, welcoming environment. I wouldn't have known how to put my life back together as far as work without a center like Chrysalis. They helped me put together a beautiful resume where I could look at it and see, yes, I have done all these things. They helped me with mock interviews to build up my confidence. It was so important for me to have a computer and a printer and not have to worry about trying to do this somewhere else. I was able to do the employment, the Women's Empowerment Program. It was an intensive 8-week program, and that was phenomenal. It included a makeover, financing. There was just so much that went with that. I waited a whole year to get there because I just missed the deadline, and I waited one entire year to make sure I could do that. Where my life really started to turn around was I was given a scholarship. I was not given just one, I was given two. My real estate broker dues were renewed. I would never have been able to do that. I was on general assistance at $200 a month during this time. And my state bar legal dues were renewed, thanks to Chrysalis, thanks to your support and your encouragement. With that, I couldn't even open up an email. I was so traumatized. And I was embarrassed to tell Bianca that I didn't have it in me to push the button and see what popped up. Bianca stood there next to me, and when the email started to come through, there was a client who wanted a will and a trust. Through that came another email with a woman who wanted me to sell her condo in Santa Monica. So while I was at Chrysalis, I was able to sell 3 condos and do about 6 wills and trusts. Now I can look back and say, wow, how did this really happen? I didn't even know how to format things anymore, and Bianca was always there, and the entire staff was very, very helpful. Besides just helping me, I can now spread the word about Chrysalis. For example, there's an Ivy League woman who was down on her luck. She came to me, had no clue I knew about Chrysalis, and she says, I'm desperate for work. And I told her about Chrysalis. The next day she showed up at 7 a.m. in the downtown office. She's now working. I now mentor and sponsor many women, and I have a sponsee who will now be coming to Chrysalis next week. And I just spoke with another woman yesterday. She told me she needs a job. So I'm always spreading the word, because so many people think you have to be very homeless, or you only can qualify through a certain way to come to Chrysalis. And I tell them, if you're willing, you have to go there, because this is where you're going to get the services. It's very difficult to do these things alone when you've lost the confidence. You don't have the money. I couldn't just go into Starbucks and try to log onto their internet. So I couldn't afford a cup of coffee there. So to come to Chrysalis and know I could be there regular work days, Monday through Friday, it felt like work environment. They have a beautiful showroom of clothing, hygiene kits. I used all of that. I could show up with a purse, I could show up with a blazer, and all of this I could not have afforded to do it myself. And here I am today. I'm now a self-employed wills and trust attorney, and my mission is to help people that are underprivileged, that don't have any idea about asset protection. It's my way of giving back to people, mentoring and sponsoring, and I hope to one day be someone I can help with the women's seminar and give back. So your help really does make a difference, as you can see. Thank you.